Hello, this is Noel. This character became famous as Uncan on live streams. The character is Joe Higashi, but reading the Chinese characters in Korean gives dongjang. Just like in our country, unless Japanese friends go to a naming center to make their names, they really just make them up randomly. They're naming people things like Elder of the East. Setting the name aside, the voice actor for Joe Higashi is actually well known in Japan. Older guys might not know, but younger people like me know that he voiced the main character in Kao Gaigo. Maybe that's why his voice is so full of energy. Now let's learn about Uncan Yongjamang Joe Higashi. Since they both use the same martial art, Muay Thai, Joe Higashi proudly shows off his belt. It's a decent foray. It's often used as the last normal in combos as well. It looks like it hits pretty high, but it can also hit opponents who are crouching. It doesn't work on ground-hugging characters like Bayange or Chin. The high attack hitbox can interrupt short hop pressure. Canceling is possible, but only a few follow-ups will actually connect. Usually you land a special move like this, but instead of using a standalone A, you follow up from another normal attack. You can use it if you want, but better options exist, so it's more of a middling close A. The startup frames are pretty fast, and there's nothing really bad about it for combos either. However, it's clearly inferior to close range C in several ways. It's a very standard crouching A. It's really ordinary, nothing outstanding or unusual about it. Basically, you can chain it. If I had to pick an advantage, it's that this is Cho's fastest recovering basic move. I'll discuss this more when we cover other basic moves later. Crouching A is also essential for connecting Cho's low attacks. This is Cho's standing B, his stay away kick. It actually has a pretty good hitbox. Just looking at the hitbox, it can even beat Athena's far C, which is known as a strong long-range poke. Additionally, even from long range, you can sell into a special move. Because it can also be cancelled, it's even more effective with a projectile at awkward range. This is Crouching B, which has a fast startup, a narrow hitbox, and a fairly long reach. It's used as a basic move that's key for low pokes. Because of its long reach, it rarely whiffs. Even when there's pushback like this, you can still land all 3 hits. This one has a slightly longer reach than the standard crouching A and B. Of course, there are cases where you start the first hit with crouching A, but that's a different situation. Usually it's crouching B. It's really good to use crouching B like this to check the opponent's lower guard. From crouching B, you can also connect to standing B. Honestly, the connection isn't as simple as it seems. For Zenith, just treat it as a gimmick combo. You don't really need to use it. Far C can sometimes catch your opponent off guard, but don't rely on it. Rotate it with your main zoning tools like the stay away kick and projectile. Usually, it's fine to use it for catch delayed buttons. The reach is actually pretty long, but sometimes it still won't connect. Since you can't cancel it, if you think far A is enough, just skip using C. Also, if you're up against short characters who crouch, it won't hit them, so just don't use it in those cases. This is a close C with lightning fast startups. It has the same startup speed as Pyeonghwa Yori's close C, so it's your main close range normal. You can force a link from crouching A to close C. If you just mash C, you might accidentally get Pogyeokwan, so keep holding A while pressing C. Unfortunately, you can't force a link from crouching B to close C. It seems that while crouching B has a bit more reach than crouching A, its recovery is 1 frame longer, so that's probably why. You can force a link with a forward jump, but it's hard and mainly works when your cross-up connects. You can slightly increase the damage of your basic combo. Another benefit of close C is it's easy to work command normals in, making it great for cancels. Crouching C lets you sneak forward like this while attacking. The hitbox itself isn't exactly great, but thanks to its forward movement, it helps reduce the chances of dropping combos. That's why players who use Joe often rely on crouching C. Since it can be cancelled, you can even convert from this far away into a combo. The startup is also pretty fast, so if you're too far for close C to come out, crouching C is the best option. Trusting it too much and trying a hit confirm combo can lead to big mistakes like this. This is standing heavy D, a very good normal for long range poking. Like with B, there's no distinction between close and far versions. This move also can't be cancelled, but it has many advantages over far C. It starts up 1 frame faster, has better hitboxes, and its reach is better than C. It can easily break through the red-haired punk's far D as well. This is a crouching D with quite a long reach. The hitbox isn't great, but its speed and long reach are excellent, and you can even cancel it for pressure. Since it looks like a low attack, the opponent might try to jump in anticipation and end up getting hit by a special move, making this a great basic move for pressuring your opponent. Even though crouching D at the start of each round has quite a long reach, it still loses to Cho's. Getting pressured by crouching D cancels really feels like hell. Next is Choi Byung-gi's move, which is just as infuriating for the opponent. Up next is Cho's taunt. This powerful taunt can seriously hurt your opponent's mentality, but offers no invincibility during its animation. This is high performance because the character graphic moves forward while the hitbox stays in place, allowing these situations. The Uncan players could use taunts like that in 98 and get hit less because it was a high performance move that fooled opponents visually and mentally. This is Joe's original Hurricane Upper. It's usually a bit slow to activate, but it's still quite strong. If you use the A button, he fires 1 shot. If you use the C button, he fires 2 shots. This is an impressive projectile for mind games. Even if you can jump over the single shot, you can still get hit by the double shot like this. You can't clear it with a short jump, but you can bait a big jump and use it for mind games, so mix up your approach. However, if you use it carelessly near the corner and the opponent blocks, you'll get punished. You probably won't have a reason to use it like this, but if you're right up close and use it, it won't even hit at all. Both A and C have the same recovery, but A starts up 6 frames faster, and the projectile stays out for 19 frames with A and 11 frames with C. This is the anti-air move Tiger Kick. Its performance changes a bit depending on whether you use B or D. First, the main difference is that D reaches higher than B. With B, full body invincibility only lasts briefly, and a hurt box quickly appears on the lower body, making it weaker as an anti-air. With the strong version, the hurt box appears only after the initial attack hitbox is active. If you get a counter hit with the light version, you can instantly add another hit. This is the Golden Heel, a move that can net you a lucky follow-up hit. The hitbox is decent, and hitting an airborne opponent lets you combo another attack. Unless your opponent is extremely good at punishing, you can just walk around using this. You typically bait a super jump with a projectile, then catch them with this move for a follow-up hit. This forced link is only possible when fighting Yamazaki. The attack is strong, but with other characters, you must use the Huangbao move alone. It's not about the power gauge, I used it on purpose to seem stronger. This is the Slash Kick, a fast-moving attack that strikes the opponent. If you use this well, it's also quite a powerful move. If you use the light version, it moves about 1/3 of the screen, and if you use the heavy version, it moves about 3/4 of the screen. If you space it well, it can still be safe even if your opponent blocks like this. It's good for approaching, and it's also great for finishing Joe's basic combos. Careless use can get you blown up, so always control your distance when using this alone. This combo is a bit ridiculous, but not realistic. How could you use this during a match?